What's up? What's going on out there? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's the homie, main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. It is always, as always, a pleasure to be here on YouTube with all of the fight fans, man. I could not wait for Wednesday to come on around so I can get up on here with the boxing fam, chop it up, see what's going on, see what's new. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait, man, because I've been going through the work week just like y'all out there. You hear me, though? John Dejan, what's up, homie? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? It is always a pleasure. Y'all know what it is, right? It's Wednesday night, so that means it's our time all day. I don't care what nobody else got going on right now. Right now, the place to be is right here on Main Man Made Man's Boxing, and it is a pleasure to have you all that's going to join me. Whether you're joining me live or whether you hear me on the playback, much love to each and every one of y'all. Ruben Salinas Jr., what's up with you? Salute, salute. Just got off work, fam. I feel you, man. Putting that work in, man. You know, let me say this to all of my good working people out there. Let me just tell y'all something, man. You know how every year, right? No matter what job you do, you get an anniversary. And usually on your anniversary, you get your what? Your leave, your vacation, your personal, your sick, your whatever. You know what I'm saying? Word of advice, take a vacation. Do not cash in your leave. Do not be one of them people that, oh, I need the dollars, man. You know, I'm going to have to cash this. Unless it's like a dire emergency. Take a vacation. If you can't afford to go anywhere, it's all love. Take a staycation. The point I'm trying to make to you is take some time off, because life is too short for you to be working your life away and not see this big blue and green world that we got out here, man. So I tell each and every one of y'all, man, because I used to talk to people all the time. They used to be like, man, I'm cashing my leave in and I need the money, or I'm just gonna make this as extra money. Man, taxes gonna eat that shit up, cousin. Take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Take a vacation. Do yourself some good. Take a staycation. Sit in the house. Binge off Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or one of them. You know what I mean? Just binge and sit down and chill. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs it, and life is too damn short. You get where I'm going? So yeah, man, that's just my word of advice to each and every one of y'all. Keep the gray hairs from growing so fast. Take a vacation, man, all day. You know what I'm saying? As y'all come on in, hit the like button for me, hit that thumbs up, whether you're sliding through, whether you're fam, or whether you just see me for the first time and I popped up in your recommended section. Hit that like button for me. I got the homie Alec Cartier in the building. What's up with you, homie? What's up with you, man? So, man, we got a lot to talk about when it comes to this boxing. One particular thing, in instance, that I cannot wait till we get to this particular subject, and that is the Andrew Cancio versus the Alberto Machado fight. Man, that fight right there, champions. I'm telling y'all something, man. It is something special about that fight, and we will get to that. I will break it down. I have been following that fight like since the first fight back in February. I have been following every shaking and moving of that fight because, man, this fight is hella intriguing to me, and we will get to that. But before we do, let's talk about some of this underling thing. First off, shout out to the homie, the Bronze Bomber Bomb Squad all day, for making the Forbes list of the top 100 richest athletes. Who said my main man ain't out here getting bags? Who said that, cuz? Who said that? Man, sit your ass down, because my main man, Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, the one and only American heavyweight champion, man, he getting bags out here. Forbes ain't telling no lies. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody who wondering, well, Deontay Wilder can't fill an arena, or Deontay Wilder is only getting $1 million a fight, guess what? Eat your heart out, cousin. My man on the Forbes list about this joint, man. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. Much love to you, champ. We gotta always be happy if we see other fighters, you know, getting money or whatever, man. I see we having some technical difficulties. It looked like it cleared up. So, yo, man, I hope everything good out there, man. I hope y'all hear me clear. Just let me check on this audio, because YouTube look like they're doing some funny style shit. Yeah, we Gucci. That's what it is, man. So yeah, man. So that's always a good thing, man. That's always good, because we want to see these boxes. Life after boxing, you want to see them living proper. You don't want to see them not remembering anything, not being able to afford health care, not being able to take care of their bodies in their old age, got to fight to their 50, 55 years old. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. So whenever we hear about boxers still doing okay, yo, man, we should applaud that as fight fans all day. DJ Zion Love in the building. Salute, homie. Salute. You know what I mean? All day. So other things that's mentioned, I was checking out Mike Coppinger's Twitter. You know, it's always good to just stop by Mike Coppinger's Twitter, given that he's Mr. Breaking News, he's Mr. Sources, right? So Mr. Sources has let out the bag that, yo, man, turns out he's saying that for late September, they're looking to do a David Benavidez versus Darrell fight in late September, possibly even looking to put it on the undercard of Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder. And we all know that this fight will be for the WBC belt that was once held by David Benavidez, now being held by Darrell after he beat Avni Yildirim. You know what I mean? And that fight got stopped early due to a bad cut on Darrell's face. But at the end of the day, David Benavidez told y'all, man, like when I come back to boxing after he served his little punishment for getting caught up with cocaine or whatnot, when I come back, I'm coming back for my title. And then on top of that, I'm looking to make a unification fight with none other than Caleb Plant. I got Jean Lejeune up in the building. Homie, Ray-Bans, there you go. What's up, fam? What's up with you, man? You dig? And they looking to possibly go back to Caleb Plant, and we're going to get us a major unification fight. So this is basically on his road back to Caleb Plant, if you will, because them two got some bad history. They got some bad blood between each other. We recently seen David Benavidez get rid of, hopefully for good, get rid of Jalen Love. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that's for good because Jalen Love ain't got the passion, ain't got the mindset. It's a wrap for you, cousin. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So we seen David Benavidez getting rid of him, and now he's looking to move on to Darrell, and hopefully after that, major unification with Caleb Plant. I got David Benavidez all day. I thought Darrell was struggling with Yildirim, but I got David Benavidez all day. I think he stops Darrell and he retires Darrell. Then after that, he moves on and moves forward to Caleb Plant. So they're looking for to do this in late September. That's a plus. I'll be looking forward to this particular fight. Shout out to Mike Coppinger. Mike Coppinger also let out the bag that Julian J. Rock Williams is now undergoing surgery on his elbow for some bone chips. I guess the elbow was bothering him. And they saying after the surgery is over that he is not allowed to throw one punch for the next 6 weeks. God damn. So, him and Hurd is looking to hopefully do that rematch, immediate rematch. I want to see Jared Hurd back into the immediate rematch. So if they're looking to do this rematch, man, he's going to have to heal up. Hopefully that elbow will still be the same. Word on the curb is that he entered the Hurd fight with a bad elbow, with the chips already in the elbow, and the elbow was bothering him. So he got through that fight. He breezed through it. He looked good, got the job did, and, he did what he did. So it looks even worse to know now that, man, Julian J. Rock Williams beat my main man Hurd, hashtag the former champ. Shit. The former champ, he beat him with chips in his in his elbow. So it is what it is. But speedy recovery for him, man, because, man, you got work to do, and Jared Swift Hurd will be sitting back waiting for you. You did waiting for me, man. Ruben Salinas Jr. says, no diss, but I hope J-Rock don't pull a Thurman and stay out of the game for 22 months. Me neither, man. I hope you don't pull a Tony Harrison either, you know what I mean? Because we heard recently that Tony Harrison supposedly pulled out of the fight, the rematch with Jamil Charlo. So, I mean, shit, man, we hate when stuff like this happens. We hate to hear about fighters getting surgery or getting injured in training camp and stuff like that, because we know it prolongs fights. It prolongs all the fights that we want to see. So we hate to hear news like this, you know what I mean? But that is the case. And they saying basically after this is over, he'll be getting surgery at the University of Pennsylvania somewhere. And after this is over, then, man, he 6 weeks before he can throw another punch. That's like a month and a half. Damn. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. So that's the news on Julian J. Rock Williams, man. So that's pretty much it for the underling things I'm going to deal with, because I'm going to need a quite amount of time for this Alberto Machado versus Cancio fight. So I'm going to leave it at that. But before I get to that fight, I also want to talk about one more thing. We know we got a fight coming up this weekend, right, fight fans? Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwarz. Now, I'm going to say this, man, and people may not feel like me. I could be in a league of my own with this one. You know what I mean? And that is, I'm not feeling this fight. I'm not feeling this fight under any shape, form, or fashion. I've tried to get involved in it. I've tried to, hype myself up for it, but I can't. I ain't feeling this joint. This joint goofy to me. I'm sorry, bro. It's like this fight with Tyson Fury and Tom Schwarz is similar to the previous fights that Tyson Fury did with Safari and the other dude that he fought, them clown fights. And it's like I'm looking at the press conference and this shit look goofy. You dig? I don't know, maybe to my UK fam out there, maybe y'all like this style of press conference where fighters are being nice to each other and they're being all laughingly giggly and cool with each other and doing goofy shit with each other. Like, y'all might be into that. But us over here in America, we ain't feeling it. Not at heavyweight, cuz. At heavyweight, we like our heavyweight champions chewing nails like bubble gum. We like to root for people that look like they just killed about 2-3 cats. We like to root for them. We like the toughness. We like the grit. We like the aggression. We ain't down for this jokey, laughy, this my buddy type shit. It's goofy. And it does not get the American fan engaged. If Tyson Fury, because we hear that he's taking this tune up, and contrary to what we heard recently, that he was going to immediately get in there with Wilder, there's now talks of him doing another tune up before the year's out and then facing Wilder next year sometime. Right? So if his goal is to win over the American public, Slim, it's goofy. It ain't working. No one's going to pay attention. You're walking around in suits looking like, the Riddler or something, looking like, somebody else, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto or something. Like it's goofy. We don't want to see heavyweights acting like that, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all like it out there, fight fans. Maybe y'all down for that. I don't know. I'm not. I like aggression. I like grit. I like Wilder. I don't like this soft. This when I move, you move. Oh, just like that. Yeah. We're having a good time. We're gonna have a party up in here. Bob Arum looking dumb as fuck. He's sitting up in there trying to best to entertain the crowds and trying to act like Tyson Fury, all jolly, big jolly ass dude. And I'm like, man, this is not how you get fight fans in the mood to see a fight. You don't try to be goofy. Wearing Batman suits, Spider-Man suits, whoever he wants to be, the Punisher, whoever he want to be. You do that shit over there, cuzzo. But when you come over here, bro, you need to put that aggression on, man. You need to show us that, man. We like aggression. And if Tyson Fury is going to fight Schwarz, who I try to look into Schwarz and I see nothing special. Nothing. He's slow, he's big, he's awkward, he's off balance, it's Tyson Fury gonna play with this dude. Play with him. You know what I mean? Easy work. So my best advice that I can give to Tyson Fury is get a knockout. Get a knockout, cuzzo. Because if you want to win any public on this side, you got to knock somebody out. Ain't no just jolly love tapping and pitter-patting and laughing and joking and playing and all that stupid shit playing to the audience. Like, we ain't, no, cousin. We want to see knockouts. So knock this dude out. Do us all a favor. You claim you the lineal. Knock him out. Win the American public. Knock him out. If you don't knock this dude out, you got to knock out your next tune-up. You got to knock out somebody. Because we don't subscribe to that goofy shit, cuzzo. We just don't. I got the homie Lewis Coleman in the building. What's up, fam? Hurd needs to do something different. Hurd got smoked. Hurd has 0% in the rematch. Tony Harrison is a Detroit cat. Harrison isn't lying. Oh, because he's from Detroit. He not lying. Well, I don't know where you think Hurd from, cousin. Hurd from the DMV. We don't lie out here neither. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I applaud Hurd, and I think Hurd should go back into the rematch. And I'll tell you why, Lewis. I went to that fight. I was ringside for that fight. I know what I saw. And the one thing that you may not have seen on TV is that at the end of the day, Hurd was maybe a couple rounds short. Don't get me wrong, but 1-2 more rounds he had him. I told people I know what I saw at the end of the 11th round. Julian J. Rock Williams was wheezing and breathing hard, and he was this close from going. I know we sit back and we criticize. I've already talked on this, but we criticize Hurd's style and his straight up mummy style, walking forward, taking punishment, yada, yada, yada. I know we don't like that, and then we criticize on that. But at the end of the day, that battle of attrition that he was trying to fight, a couple more rounds, it would have worked. And I know woulda, coulda, shoulda, and no one should talk like that, but a couple more rounds, it would have worked. Maybe if he'd have got started a little bit more earlier, it possibly would have worked. Lewis Coleman say Hurd isn't ready. You might would just say, stop it, man. Just stop it. Eat it. Hey, Lewis Colvin says Fury might be fighting for the WBO. What the hell is that? Bro, I heard that, man. And I heard that. And that's just, you know, I know a lot of people feel as though that Dillian White should be entitled to that mandatory. Dillian White is rated #1 in 2 sanctioning bodies, and yet he is not the mandatory. We heard talks of possibly Dillian White facing Tyson Fury, but you know, they were talking about some diamond belt or some jazz like that, and that's something that nobody wanted to hear. But now Tyson Fury is running around talking about the WBO belt's going to be involved in this. Man, Tyson Fury ain't trustworthy for crap no more, man. Hey, Slim, I'm a fan of Fury. I like Fury. But his word is not trustworthy at all. I do not see the WBO. No matter, I understand Bob Arum has that behind the scenes relationship with the WBO. I get it. But I don't see the WBO putting their title in this fight. Now, I can see the WBO maybe offering up Dillian White versus Tyson Fury, and the winner becomes the Mando. I can see that. But putting it in a Schwarz fight, no. Even if he beats Schwarz, he becomes the Mando? No, Tyson Fury. You don't beat Tom Schwarz and become the mandatory when Dillian White beat Joseph Parker and he ain't even a mandatory. That makes no sense to me. So what the hell is Tyson Fury smoking on, son? What is you smoking on, man? Like the WBO should not, if they did this, man, like, I mean, I don't think it's right. I understand what Tom Schwarz is rated. He's high in the WBO. I get it. I get all that, but that win doesn't even supersede the win that Dillian White did. And he's rated higher, had a better opponent, and y'all didn't even make him the Mando. It just wouldn't make sense. The double standard would look terrible. The reputation of the WBO, bad as it already is, would get even worse. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. My deal is this, man. Tyson, if you want a belt, fight for the shit. Stop trying to find little behind the scene ways to get next to a belt. Oh, Dillian White, put up your diamond belt. Oh, this is going to have the WBO belt in it. Man, why would the WBO strip Andy Ruiz? Riddle me that. I have seen no reason why he should be stripped when he's recently just won his title. Why would they strip him? That is stupid. That is dumb. You know what I mean? Stupid. I got the homie Chin Smoke in the building, man. What's up with you? I'm not feeling it either. If anything, hoping for an upset, and that's about it. Same here, fam. Same here. John Lejeune says Fury does only have 3 more wins than Schwarz, and Schwarz hasn't tasted defeat. I don't even know who Schwarz is. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Hey, bro, you ain't by yourself. None of us know who Schwarz is. I just know he's a German fighter, you know, and he's fought nobody that we know. And that's all I know. I mean, technically, he is kind of like a dark horse. You know, it was similar to how like when Charles Martin came on the scene and he fought Anthony Joshua. We didn't know much about Charles Martin back then, right? And so we were like, I don't know, maybe he got a chance. But the little bit of highlights that we see on this Tom Schwarz cat, and I tried to take in a fight, and I got through maybe a couple rounds, and I was just like, I can't watch no more. It's like this dude don't got a chance, man. This dude is slow. Like, I seen him getting stretched by some little short dude. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm tripping and I may be prejudging. I don't know much about this cat. Don't know why Tyson Fury chose him. Don't know at all. But Tyson Fury ain't doing himself no favors with this pick. And then on top of that, this is after you back out of the Wilder fight. You back out of the Wilder fight for Tom freaking Schwarz in a goofy ass press conference in a goofy ass suit. You back out of the fight so you can run around with a goofy suit on with somebody that nobody don't even know. Boy, Tyson Fury making some crazy ass decisions out here, man. I swear. On everything I love, man. DJ Zion Love says Hurd is done since he fired his trainer. Yeah, I heard about him getting rid of Ernesto. I even did a video up on that. And you know, the thing is, man, Ernesto kind of should have, you know, I always say this, man, and I got to stick to my guns with this one. If you are training a fighter, you don't, under any circumstances, trash your fighter to the public. I don't care if you do feel like he's right or wrong. You tell him these things behind closed doors. The public, the social media ain't for everything. And I'm listening to Ernesto kind of distancing himself away from that loss. And I ain't feeling that. Like, you don't run around, oh, I told him not to take this fight, but he took it anyway. I told him not to do it. Man, I don't think he should take the rematch. I just don't think. When you talking like that, you're not motivating your fighter, cuzzo. You're not motivating your fighter. And most importantly, you're not doing your job. Your job is to motivate and educate. And you ain't doing either one, running to a camera, telling them how you didn't want to fight, telling them how you don't want the rematch. That ain't how you do. You go to that camera and you tell him, okay, if he wants to take this rematch, I'm going to have him prepared properly. We're going to have a little bit more time in training. We got more to study. We know what we up against now. So now it's for me to go to the, to the drawing board and hit the cutting edge floor and get a game plan up. That's how you talk as a trainer. Not, I told him not to take the fight. If you feel like you told him not to take the fight, then tell him that on the phone. Then tell his family that. Tell his daddy that. Tell his mama that. Tell him that. But don't come to us telling us that. Because now you distancing yourself away from your fighter. You're not going down with the ship. You playing both sides of the fence, Ernesto. And no fighter want to deal with that. You did. No fighter. Gloves Up with Shut Up says it's hard to get excited about tune-up fights for fighters that have unfinished business on the table. A la Wilder versus Fury 2. Yeah, I agree, bro. Canelo versus Triple G 3, it takes the intensity out of these rematches. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And that's another reason I can definitely see a lot of people not being able to get up for this Fury and Schwarz fight, because we know what Fury did. We know we were all excited. Even people who never liked Tyson Fury, who never gave Tyson Fury the time of day, start showing love to Tyson Fury. They started respecting Tyson Fury. It's like you coming over here to fight the American champ in his own backyard. No obstacles, no politics. You getting it did. This is the type of stuff we like to see. And then when you get us all excited, you get low. You go over there with Bob and them. Oh, I'm getting my 100 million. You got your 100 million by getting knocked out by Wilder. You should be thanking Wilder. You should be getting, matter of fact, Wilder should tax that. Wilder should tax your ass. You need to give him your 30%. Because if it wasn't for Wilder, there would be no $100 million deal for Tyson Fury. Correct? So give him a tax. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's hard for us to get excited about this because of that. And I understand. I understand, man. I truly do. I truly do. Alec Cartier says, what's Tyson snorting on? I don't know, man. But if he come out here in the Batman suit, I'm frying him, cuzzo. I'm frying him. Rocket Strikes 89. What's up, fam? I'm a diehard Hurd fan. But J-Rock made a good point. He said that Hurd was psyched about how big he is. And I believe Hurd needs to work on defense, etc. But I got Hurd on the run back all day. I mean, look, I can't sit here and say Hurd is the perfect fighter. He ain't the perfect fighter. He ain't. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that he is, that he does everything great. Nah, he doesn't. The things that he do good, he does very well. But there's a lot of holes in that game. I ain't going to deny that. But his mentality is strong. His heart is big. And you know, that's a big deal to me. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like he don't have defensive flaws. He does. He got defensive flaws. He needs to use his foot more. He needs to use his feet movement more, his upper body movement more. No doubt about it. But he is who he is, man. And I honestly think that him running it back, I think he wins the run back also. I think he underestimated J-Rock, truth be told. I think he looked at J-Rock as not a threat, and he had his eyes set on Charlo. I think he had his eyes squarely set on Charlo or Harrison, and he overlooked Philly J-Rock. And Philly J-Rock is not a bum. Everybody was trying to tell her that, man. Aquarius Love, what's up with you? What's going on? Alec Cartier says Fury is buying more time for his brain to recover, in my opinion. Maybe that is the case. Because why is he fighting this dude? There's a lot of other fighters out there he could fight. They could have gave him the Oscar Rivas fight instead of giving it to Dillian White. Oscar Rivas is over there on ESPN. That would have been a respectable fight, right? Dillian White, if he beats Oscar Rivas, there is no excuse why the WBO should not make him the mandatory. And I want to be on record with that. I got my criticisms of Dillian White. He didn't do what the WBC asked him to do. He didn't do what Deontay Wilder asked him to do. He knew before he fought Joseph Parker that he would not be the mandatory, even if he won. But at this point, there's nothing left. If he beats Oscar Rivas, who is a top tier contender in the WBO, the wins over Rivas and Joseph Parker should instantly make him the mandatory. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. As for the WBC, I feel like he got to fight somebody else in the top of the WBC to become mandatory. But in the WBO, it should be a no-brainer. Marcus Davis, what's up with you? Kid Galahad going to beat Josh Warrington this Saturday. That's going to be a good fight, man. I've been looking into that. I was going to do a separate vid about that fight, man. Kid Galahad, straight out of the Dom Ingle gym. I like Kid Galahad, man. Pot shot fighter, likes to play defense a lot, likes to get in your head a little bit in the build-up. I like Kid Galahad, man. You think he's going to beat Josh Warrington? I'm going to break that fight down in the video, but I am leaning towards Kid Galahad. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I ain't like that stuff that Josh Warrington did recently by bringing up his past, PED allegations and all that other jazz, man. They ain't got nothing to do with today. That was years ago. Years ago. Kid Galahad is very, very polished. I just wonder what's up with his homeboy, though. What's up with Kell, man? What's up with Kell Brook? That's going to be on the next We Talking Boxing. We're going to have to bring Kell Brook back up. Jean Lejeune says, regardless of what happens, if Fury knocks him out, he'll get bashed for not picking quality opposition. And if he goes 12 rounds, people will dog him for not knocking him out. It's a lose-lose. My thing is, the best thing he can do is knock him out. I mean, yeah, they may say it wasn't the greatest of opposition, but at least it looks like he's dominating this level of opposition and not struggling with it. And not, he looks elite against non-elite fighters. And most importantly, Tyson Fury fights can bore you to death. It can bore you to death. So he needs some sort of excitement measure in it, and he got to stop this guy. Most importantly, he wants to win the American fan base, right? Well, guess what? Goofy suits and goofy press conferences is not going to do it. Boy, you got to give us a knockout. You got to give us a knockout. We ain't buying all that stuff that the UK over there they be doing, man. At all. Big Faces Worldwide say you speaking too many facts, man. I mean, fam, all day. All day. That's what we do. You did. Alex Cartier says tickets are pretty cheap for this Fury fight, too. I'm pretty sure. They probably can get him with a free with a box of cornflakes. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is cheap. I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't nowhere near sold out. Because no one knows no Tom Schwarz. Man, his name sounds like a clock or a watch. Tom Schwarz. What the fuck is this, man? A German fighter for real? Get out of here. Lewis Coleman says heart can only get you so far if you don't have no skills. Hurt loses again. True. I mean, heart does get you some. I mean, but don't act like Hurt ain't got no skills, though, bro. Hurt can box. I'm telling you, man. Hey, Lewis, I know this is I think it's 50-50. I will concede that. But I'm still, I'd say 51-49 towards Hurt. You know what I mean? But I think Hurt just knows what he's up against. I don't like the trainer change in the middle of a rematch. I will admit that. I never like that. I never like when someone has to go face someone and they switch trainers in a rematch. I never did like that. That may be an issue. I don't know. I mean, should Hurd learn something new at this point to go in there with J-Rock? I don't know. Lion Bar, I got Lion Bar in the building. What's up, fam? What's up with you? Fury is padding his resume. Schwarz is just an unbeaten ranked fighter to add to Fury's record. Man, look, man. We got enough bums on Fury's record. We got enough of that. Fury ain't got. My thing is, with the fight that he had with Wilder, Fury don't got to do nothing to sell himself no more. All he had to do was fight Wilder. That's all he had to do. I noticed in this buildup, he's mentioning Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, and Deontay Wilder like it's nobody's business. I mean, he clout chasing heavy in this buildup. Heavy, cuzzo. Every time I see an interview, oh, Anthony Joshua ain't this. Oh, he's a big bum. Oh, he's this. Oh, Deontay Wilder ain't this. I got robbed. Oh, Deontay Wilder ain't that. Oh, Andy Ruiz did a great job. Andy Ruiz. Bro, you stop the clout chasing. Take that goofy ass suit off and stop the clout chasing. That's all I see him doing. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Strikes 89 says, I don't think in Hope Fury ain't ducking Wilder, especially when a lot of people, including me, got Fury winning the rematch. And you know what's crazy, Rocky Strikes? That's funny you say that, cousin. That is so funny you say that because I'm right with you. Believe it or not. I actually gave Fury the first fight. And I think Fury got a damn sure good chance in the second fight. He got a damn sure good chance. I think Wilder has a better chance too, though, because Wilder knows what to expect, and Wilder gonna come in there as a different Deontay Wilder. I'm expecting him to be heavier. I'm expecting for him to not be as anxious and be as loading up on those shots as much as he did in that first fight. I think Fury actually did get into the head of Wilder. At first, I didn't, but then I seen it played out in the ring that way. I think Fury over here constantly telling his suicide/depression story to all of these outlets and anybody who would listen, it started to affect Wilder. Like, this is my country. When y'all gonna have me on? Why the hell y'all hyping this dude up? This is my country. Why y'all believe in his story? And I think it started to affect Wilder. Not so much Tyson Fury running around talking about some, oh, do y'all know who Wilder is? And no, that's stupid shit. I think what really affected Wilder was the fact that the American media, the way they welcomed Tyson Fury with such open arms when my man been here. And I think it messed with him. So he was determined to go in there and knock his block off. But it didn't play out so well in the fight. And that's what I think happened. What if Fury struggles with Schwarz this Saturday, Marcus Davis? Man, if he struggles with Schwarz, his stock will plummet. And he better make his next fight has to be with Wilder. The last thing that Fury or ESPN or Bob Arum or Frank Warren, and the last thing any of them want is for Tyson Fury's stock to plummet. Y'all heard them. You heard Bob Arum at the press conference today. Oh yeah, he's selling these some type of shirts. They're going to be $2.99 and some. Like they looking at this dude like, how can we get money out of this guy? Eventually. So his stock plummeted. That's going to crush him, cuzzo. That's going to crush him. That's going to crush him. Alex Cartier says, oh, Lewis Coleman says, I already read that. I'll bet a little something on J-Rock if they rematch, unless you scared of friendly wages, sir. We could definitely do that, Lewis. We can definitely do that, famo. All day. As we get closer to the fight, don't forget, all right? Don't forget. Alex Cartier says, honestly, Fury has Klitschko and Wilder. Everyone else, though. Hold on. Honestly, Fury has Klitschko and Wilder. Everyone else, though. Yeah. That's all Fury got is Klitschko. He is keeping his hands wrapped around that lineal, I'm the lineal type champion. He's keeping his kung fu grip locked on that shit. That's his claim to fame. That's his claim to fame. Oh, the Ring Magazine got me this, even though the Ring Magazine took their belt from you. Oh, I'm the lineal. I beat the man that beat the man. I beat the man that beat them. You better hang on to that shit for as long as you can, because that's all you got going for you right now. And I'm a fan of Tyson Fury. Please don't take it as a diss, fight fans. Don't take it as a diss. Rocket Strikes 89. I don't have Wilder acclimating to Fury's style. Wilder, in my opinion, is a great one-trick pony. I hope he don't come in there heavier, because that will not work for a fleet-footed Fury. Yeah, Fury moves a lot. I think what Wilder wants, he wants whenever the few punches that he could land on Fury, he wants them to do serious maximum damage. You know what I mean? And I think that's Wilder's whole key. A lot of people wondered when he was going to come back with that left hook when he was throwing that straight right hand. He could have been caught Fury, I thought. He could have been, but I don't know, man. I need to see what Fury looks like, because Fury is so unpredictable, and you don't know what you're really going to get. You don't know when to believe him, what you're really going to get. So I need to see what he looks like in this next fight against Schwarz, whatever the fuck. Hopefully he takes it serious enough that he gives us a serious version of himself. Y'all know how he be in there with those clowns, joking and playing and stuff, hands behind his back and moonwalking around the ring. I don't want to see all that stupid shit, man. I just don't. Can we get Ruiz and Wilder? Damn, that's funny you say that, Lewis Coleman, because I just was reading an article earlier on World Boxing News where they had the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman and Gilberto Mendoza of the WBA, and they were somewhere together and they were chit-chatting, and they were saying that they were definitely going to do that fight. If both men get through their next opponents, if Andy Ruiz gets through his rematch and Deontay Wilder gets through Luis Ortiz, guess what? The WBC and the WBA have pledged to work together to make that fight happen right after they get rid of these dudes. It's an article out today on World Boxing News. Y'all can check it out. Real interesting. It's good to see that they're on the same page with this. Hopefully the IBF and the WBO is on the same page as well. But it's good to see that those two sanctioning bodies are on the same page, and they want Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder immediately after they finish doing what they're doing right now. So that's always good. That's always good. All right, fight fans, let's move on. Yeah, I do believe that Rocket Ruiz will give Wilder problems. I don't know, Mo. I don't know. I think Wilder with the distance. Andy Ruiz got to cover so much real estate to get next to Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder ain't in AJ's case. Well, AJ was using that back foot and getting out of the way of danger. Wilder don't use his back foot to get out of the way of danger. Wilder uses the back foot to plant it somewhere so he can shoot that right hand so hard that it's gonna, knock the DNA out your jawbone. Like that's what he's looking to do. And I think Andy Ruiz is going to have a much tougher time making it to the inside of Deontay Wilder as opposed to he did to Anthony Joshua. I don't know, man. I don't know. Marcus Davis says all these upsets that be happening now, Fury better not look past Schwarz, a guy that don't got nothing to lose. These types of fights can be dangerous sometimes, especially when you fighting a unknown. I agree. We sit here and make fun of it, and we laughing and we joking about Tom Schwarz, the man with the name of a clock. But at the end of the day, he is a dark horse. I really mean that when I say that. Dark horses are unknown, unpredictable, and you don't know much. All you do know is the little snippets that we see online. But I don't know much about Tom Schwarz. But I'm just going off my boxing gut instinct, and I'm looking at Tom Schwarz. I mean, I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. No speed, no rhythm, no balance, nothing special about him. But it's the heavyweight division. And, at heavyweight, all it takes is one. All it takes is one. You dig? Done Dada up in the building. What's up with you? Salute. Hashtag anti-suit. We talking boxing all day. And you know this, man. You know that all day. Hey, check this out, though. I need to move on, fight fans. I got to get to this particular subject right here. And that is, I'm sure most of y'all have already heard. But if you haven't heard, allow me to tell you, on June 21st, happening on DAZN. Can you believe that shit? Happening on DAZN. We got my main man, Alberto Machado, former 130-pound WBA regular champion, going up against in a rematch against Andrew Cancio, the current WBA regular champion. And we all know that they should be the super champion, but they ain't because of the corruption. That's why I like this fight. This fight has everything as far as the layers of boxing that you will see in a fight. You got heart, you got corruption, you got redemption, and most importantly, you got war. This fight is the real freaking deal. I have been following this thing, man, since the day of that first fight because it intrigued me. When I looked into the backstory of Andrew Cancio, knowing that this dude was coming off of a day job as a construction worker, right? To become world champion, or alleged should have been world champion, title holder, if you will. I mean, to know that he came for so much at one point, was ready to give up boxing, and he didn't give up. And he kept on fighting. And he caused one of the first upsets this year. We say this is the year of upsets, right? Well, guess what? One of the first upsets this year was this fight. This was this basically wrote the story of this whole year so far. This was the first major upset of this year. They originally fought back in February. We all know the story, right? Andrew Cancio comes into this fight, gets knocked down in the first round by Alberto Machado, comes around by round 4 and drops Alberto Machado 3 times to stop him and take his belt or title or whatever it is. And we will get to that. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome fight, man. Awesome fight. Now we were wondering what Alberto Machado was going to do, because everybody around him was telling him to move up in weight and go up to 135 pounds. I truly believe that the only reason that Alberto Machado was even still at 130 because he was hoping to get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Now, we know Alberto Machado was the WBA regular champion, while Gervonta Tank Davis was the WBA super champion. What a load of bull crap, right? Bull crap. And why do I say that? For those who, I'm just saying for those who don't know. For those who don't know, Alberto Machado beat Jezreel Corrales, where Jezreel Corrales had the WBA super championship. He lost it on the scales because he missed weight. So when Alberto Machado beat Jezreel Corrales, what happens? They don't give him the WBA Super Championship. They give him the WBA Regular Championship. And then they take this WBA Super Championship and they put it in a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jesus Cuellar. Jesus Cuellar was coming off being out of the ring for 16 months. Coming off a loss to Abner Martes. And most importantly, coming from another weight class of 126 pounds. And they give Tank that belt in that fight instead of giving it to Alberto Machado. So this prompted Alberto Machado to constantly call out Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. I'm the technically real champ. And I seen Alberto Machado as the real champ. I'm going to keep it a buck. I did not see Gervonta Tank Davis as the real champ. And truth be told, I still don't. You can't beat a man coming off of a 16-month layoff, 126-pounder when you fighting at 130, and you beat him for the WBA Super Championship. That makes net minus 0 cents to me. Zero. Now, this is the reason that Cancio, who I listened in on the conference call earlier, and he was saying that he want to prove a lot of doubters wrong because people are still coming to him saying that he shouldn't have got that win. People are still coming to him and saying that it was a fluke in a nutshell. He is not getting the reception that say like Andy Ruiz is getting. Andy Ruiz is getting love all around the world right now. He's on talk shows. The Mexican fans are loving him right now. He is their hero. Well, guess what? Andrew Cancio didn't get that type of welcome when he did a big upset against Alberto Machado. You know why? Because he won the WBA regular title. And it's sad. It really is sad. If he would have actually been the WBA Super Championship, maybe he could have got a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? All day. So when I say that this thing involves heart, I mean that Cancio picked himself up off the freaking canvas and came back and stopped Alberto Machado. Everybody coming to me, man, I think something was wrong with him, man. It had to be the weight. Nah. Cancio to me was just a better man that night. He got up off the canvas and went on and stopped this man. Not to mention Andrew Cancio, about what was this? September of 2016. He fought Jojo Diaz, the same Jojo Diaz that lost to Gary Russell Jr. And Jojo Diaz, after he lost to him, Cancio was on the edge. He was at the end of his rope. He said he was mentally frustrated. He was frustrated because he just suffered his 4th loss, had no chance of the title shot. He was broke. He had to go forced to take a day job. He was broke. And he pulled himself out of all of that and made his way back, kept on fighting, kept on swinging, and made it back, and he beat Alberto Machado. Man, it's a lot of heart, man. And then he ain't getting the credit for it that he deserved. This is crazy. See, I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis take on the winner of this fight. Tank has a fight coming up on July 27th down the road in B-More. He's fighting some guy named Ricardo Nunez. Never heard of him. It's a hometown fight. I guess it's a fight just to make Tank look good. Okay, cool. We've had enough of those fights. I would love to see Tank, after he get rid of this Nunez guy, to get in there with the winner of this fight. That way he can become the real champ. That way he ain't got to be a fake champ. We ain't got to tell these stories. He could be a real champ for a change. You dig? I would love to see that. I would love to see that. You know, and people say, well, because this fight is going down on DAZN. It's going to happen on DAZN in July. So people may say, well, man, you know, the politics. Gervonta Tank Davis fighting on Showtime. And, you know, this is DAZN, and Floyd is not going to send Tank Davis over to DAZN. Floyd is the promoter, no doubt. But Al Heyman is the advisor. Let's not act like Floyd is the boss over Al Heyman. Al Heyman can make that call if he want to. He can make the call if he want to. We just recently seen Andy Ruiz fight Anthony Joshua on DAZN, correct? We just recently seen Luis Ortiz attempt to make a fight with Anthony Joshua, right? These are PBC fighters, right? Y'all may say, well, man, they won't do it for certain fights, but they'll do it for other fights. They can do this. Let's not forget, Gary Russell Jr., when he fought Vasyl Lomachenko, how did that work out? Gary Russell Jr. was on Showtime. Vasyl Lomachenko was on HBO. And he was only in his third fight. They were fighting for a vacant WBO title. They made it happen because the WBO ordered that fight. So basically what I'm saying is the WBA, if they ordered this fight, I think it works great. See, what fight fans need to understand, and hear the sound of my voice when I tell you this, it's actually easier for fighters to make a fight when a sanctioning body orders it. Let me repeat that because people ain't going to hear that. It's easier, not harder. It's easier to make a fight when the sanctioning bodies order it, regardless of networks. Because the rules change. And fighters don't want to lose rankings that they fought their ass off for. Other fighters don't want to lose titles. They don't want to get kicked out of that sanctioning body for whatever reason. So the networks usually oblige when you have a fight that's ordered by a sanctioning body. Now, there are some cases that don't work out that way. But in most cases, it does. Like, you take Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo's been ordered to face Gennady Golovkin, right? But yet we see no movement on that because Gennady Golovkin is acting like a biatch. But at the end of the day, fights are actually easier to make when you're going to purse bids and it's being ordered by a sanctioning body. So all the WBA got to do is order the fight between the winner of this and the winner of Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I get it. The WBA super champion has no mandatory, but the WBA regular champion does. And speaking of that, Andrew Cancio has already came out and stated that if he does beat Alberto Machado, that before he fights Gervonta Tank Davis, he does want to take a tune-up. And he stated that the WBA will have a mandatory waiting for him. And it's a gentleman by the name of Rene Alvarado. For those who know him, y'all know who I'm talking about. For those who don't, Rene Alvarado and Andrew Cancio got history together. They fought a few years back, and Cancio beat him. Rene Alvarado has been on a winning streak ever since, and he fought his way back to the mandatory position. Cancio respects that. So Cancios are well on record in saying that if I beat Alberto Machado, I will fight Alvarado, get him out the way, and then I will pivot to look to fight Tank sometime early next year. That's according to Andrew Cancio. And I know Alberto Machado, if he beats Andrew Cancio, he wants the Tank Davis fight. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, will they do a trilogy if Machado wins? Maybe. But after the smoke clears, he wants Tank. And I don't see no reason Tank shouldn't take this fight. I just don't. Look, fight fans, I'm not obliged. I don't see anything wrong. Y'all may do. I like to see good fights. I don't see anything wrong with Gervonta Tank Davis going over to the zone 1-2 fights. He ain't got the lock in. They always tell us all the time that Al Heyman fighters are not obliged to no networks. They're not locked in with no networks, right? He keeps them free. So what's the problem of Gervonta going into the zone 1-2 fights, preferably 2, one against the winner of this fight and the other one against Tevin Farmer, or vice versa? The zone could send this fighters on over to Showtime, PBC, whatever the case. I just want to see these fights. But I wouldn't be opposed to Gervonta going over there for 1-2 fights, not locking in, not signing with Matchroom, not being a zone fighter, just saying that we'll do this one and we'll do this one, and then I'm ghosts. Why is that wrong? What's up, Ronnie Boy Fresh? What's up with you? But why is that wrong? Why is that wrong? Lion Boss says Al Heyman will allow PBC boxers to fight on other networks if it is for a title. But see, by I guess Tank already having the WBA Super Championship, he ain't got much to gain from beating Machado or Andrew Cancio, other than the fact that it solidifies him in his position. It solidifies him in his position. Al Heyman will allow PBC boxers to fight on the other networks if it is for a title. There's been some cases like that. I got my homie LeBron James in the building. Yo, man, you going to Tank fight all day. All day. I'll be in the building on the 27th. Absolutely. But hey, yo, Ron Boy Fresh, you gonna be up in that joint to the Tank fight? Let me know. But yeah, man, like I'm telling y'all, man, like Tank can do this fight, man, and he can solidify his position. That's all I'm saying. But this is going to be a hell of a fight. This is going to be a hell of a fight. According to Alberto Machado, he got a doctor's note now, and he's cutting the weight differently. He says in the first fight, he had to cut it too fast, and he did it in an unhealthy way, and it played out in the fight. This time around, he says he's taking his time with losing the weight. He's taking his time, man, and he's losing it the right way. He got a doctor's note that says he will be healthy if he does this to assure his people around him that everything gonna be all right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if Alberto Machado, you say hell no, I don't support protected fighters. I know that's right, Robert Fresh. I know that's right, bro. I know that's right, son. I know that's right. I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad at you. But yeah, man. I mean, yo, man, Machado, man. Like I said before, man, this is gonna be a great fight, but if he loses this fight, there's no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing about weight. I don't want to hear, because I got some other statements that I heard Machado say where he disregarded the weight right after the fight. Now, that could have been just something he didn't want to look like somebody who was whining or whatever the case may be. But Slim, like, I don't know. I'm not going to be giving no excuses. I'm not going to take this away from Andrew Cancio if he beats Alberto Machado. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. But the WBA, let me just tell y'all, man, remember something else. When you carry this WBA regular title, it comes with a sanctioning fee. 3%. 3% of your purse. Cancio is paying 3% of his purse right now, getting no respect. You know what I'm saying? Getting small purses. The first one was a small purse. This particular fight, second time around, is being promoted by Oscar De La Hoya as well as Miguel Cotto. And Miguel Cotto is well on record saying this is going to be an epic war. He's also going to be a special guest at the fight. He's going to be signing autographs and doing meet and greets or whatever the hell. So Miguel Cotto is going to be in the building. He says this is going to be an epic war. Oscar De La Hoya is on record saying he says this fight is going to sell out all day. It's going down in California. He said the first one sold out, allegedly. So, man, this is going to be a fight, bro. This is going to be a fight. This fight has too much in it. And that's why I was saying with the corruption is with the WBA and how they did with Tank, giving him a title against Jesus Cuellar, not giving these two fighters right here an opportunity to fight for the full-fledged super championship. And I thought that was foul. All just to get that belt around Gervonta Tank Davis's waist. And here's another food for thought. When they sanctioned this fight between Machado and Cancio, guess what? The WBA regular title didn't even exist. They made it up. They made this shit up when they gave it to Tank. They had to give this dude something. They made this thing out of thin air. Thin air. And charged 3% on the sanctioning fee. That's the corruption of the WBA. Redemption. It could be redeeming because Alberto Machado can go back and say this was a fluke. I'm really the creme de la creme. And guess what? I'm getting my belt back. He can redeem himself. There's redemption in this fight. Most importantly, for Andrew Cancio, he can prove doubters wrong. Redemption. This fight got a lot of different elements in it, fight fans. This fight is going to be popping. I'm telling you, real talk. And most importantly, last but not least, war. The first one was a war. Andrew Cancio came in that first fight. He got knocked down and barely made the count to get back up, but he got back up and he brought nothing but pure hell to Alberto Machado. Machado had nothing in the tank to keep Cancio off. Cancio made his way to the inside, body shots. Matter of fact, the first knockdown was from a body shot. A beautiful body shot. So I'm telling y'all, this fight gonna have war all written all over it. All over it. I would love to see Tank Davis fight either one of these men. Real talk. Real talk. Ronnie Boy Fresh says TMT paid for that chess move. I'm sure they did. I'm sure Floyd or Leonard or one of them cats kick a couple dollars behind the scenes. Like, look, man, we need that WBA Super Championship. Man, Tank need that. And that was like right after he had just got stripped of his IBF. And he was looking bad because everybody was booing him after that Francisco Fonseca fight. He had just got stripped. He needed that belt. You know what I mean? Owen Bryan says, I remember that. And Tank fought Centeno or something like that. For Centano or something. Yeah, you remember. I forget his name, but I know you're talking about. That's the same thing. Don Dada says, thanks for liking and sharing. Subscribe if you haven't already. All day. Hit the thumbs up for me if you haven't already hit it. Please. Much love to each and every one of y'all, man. And subscribe. LeBron James says, one time did not win the Super WBA in the ring. But was one time elevated? One time was elevated, wasn't he? You're right. You're right. You're right. But that's only because, was it, if I recall, Floyd didn't give him the shot. So when Floyd vacated, he got elevated. Is that how it went down? If my memory served me correct? Yeah, but I mean, neither, I didn't. It's a lot of things. The WBA is just corrupt, bro. You think about with the Anthony Joshua situation, right? It was the WBA. Klitschko didn't have the WBA. How the hell AJ get it? When Tyson Fury vacated all his belts, the WBA originally told Klitschko, you got to fight for the belt. You fight, you get the belt, then you go fight Joshua. But they didn't do that. They threw the belt in the fight with Joshua and Klitschko when Klitschko was coming off a loss and being inactive. The WBA got some shit with them, Joe. WBA got some shit with them. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. And that fair boxing program, but don't get me started. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, hey, man, name me one PBC champion that ever unified versus another champion that wasn't signed to PBC. That's a good one. A PBC champion that unified versus another champion that wasn't signed to PBC. I'm going to need some time with that one. And that speaks volumes right there. I'm going to need some time with that one. Someone who unified with a non-PBC fighter. I would have to really think, man. I can't remember right now, but I'm sure I'll have an answer for you real soon, Ryan Boy Fresh. But off the top of my head, shit, I don't know. LeBron James says Clarissa Shields. She got a fight coming up too, man. But she's going back for another title down there. I think it's 154. Shout out to Clarissa Shields, man. Getting it did, breaking records. She's like about to become like the most decorated champion, male or female, at the fastest pace. She's about to like surpass Vasyl Lomachenko. It's crazy. Ronnie Boy Fresh says it doesn't exist. Damn. I gotta think hard on that one, man. I would think one. Wilder, if you consider Fury a champ. Shit. Yeah, but Wilder didn't win. You know what I mean? Fury has 0 belts. Just the mythical lineal, right? I don't know when the last damn. Hey, if y'all can chime in and help me with this one, that's a good question, Ronnie Boy Fresh. When is the last time a PBC champion ever unified versus another champion that wasn't signed to the PBC? That is a good ass question. Fury has 0 belts. I don't know, Mo. I can't recall. Right off the top of my head, I can't recall, but I'm sure it's one in there somewhere. It's got to be one in there somewhere. Mayweather Pacquiao. That's the last time I can think. Mayweather Pacquiao. Unless it was one after that, but I know for sure Mayweather Pacquiao. Pacquiao had the WBO, and Mayweather had the other belts. So Mayweather Pacquiao probably. That's the last time I can think. That's just off the top of my head. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So yo, don't miss this fight, man. Like I try to tell y'all, man, this fight has a lot going for it, man. I will be covering it live June 21st on DAZN. I don't say this much on this channel. DAZN stepping their game up. I just a couple of days ago just got finished talking about Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez and how Eddie Hearn got this thing to go down in the backyard of Maurice Hooker. That's impressive. That's impressive as shit. And on top of that, they're pulling the fight of the WBC champion from their rival ESPN. That's noteworthy. So ESPN and DAZN have this "I'ma send you fighters, you send me fighters" thing going on right now. I hope that plays out with Kell Brook and Terrence Crawford. I hope we get that fight. But DAZN has sent over Luke Campbell. They've sent over Anthony Crolla. And what do you get in return? You got them sending over Ramirez over there to face Maurice Hooker. So if they just keep doing business that way, I'm good with it, man. I'm good with it. I love this shit. It keeps the ball moving. So shout out to them. And DAZN now, if they're putting on Maurice Hooker versus Ramirez and they turning around, they're going to give us this fight in a rematch. Yo, man, I got to give it to them. They stepping their game up. Still got ways to go, but they stepping up. Who told you that the zone is that deal, Slim? Nah, I'm just saying, like, they stepping their game up, Ronnie Boy Fresh. You gotta give props for that, man. Like, how the hell they got Maurice Hooker and Ramirez and then turn around and giving us this fight? You did. That's just got the Andy Ruiz and Joshua fight. You got to give props what props is due. I don't want to see the people's fail if they can succeed in boxing. My problem is with Eddie Hearn, not the Zone and Network. So if they're gonna give us good fights, man, hats off to them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. I've been telling you. I don't know. You retract it. Okay. All right. Ryan Boy Fresh says that's how it used to be back in the day. All day. And that's the way it should be. Network should be willing to send fighters across the water to fight other champions if it goes down that way. And on top of that, they say Ramirez is making a nice fat bag for that, man, for taking that trip on over there. So it's all good. It's all to the good, man. It's all to the good. It's all good. Hey, Lewis Coleman say, Ron, close your mouth about one. Yeah, man, he always giving me the business about one time. Hey, Ronnie Boy Fresh, tell your man T-Bud, much love to T-Bud, that's my man too. But if they put that Kell Brook fight together, man, we're going to have an issue right there, son. Like, that's going to be a good fight, man. And it ain't a guaranteed win for T-Bud. But I'm going to leave it there for right now, Ronnie Boy Fresh. The day that fight gets announced, we got to wrap it up, fam. I got to holler at you because stylistically, Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook, bro, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Brook can pose some problems for Crawford, and Brook is a big welterweight. He can pose some problems, man. I'm just saying. I know Bud is your main man, but if they put Brook in there with him, this ain't Khan. This ain't Khan. I'm gonna say that. It's no issue. Boogeyman going to the UK to scare that Joker. I know that's right. I know that's right. LeBron James says Bud versus Kell Brook, a good fight in the UK. Oh, why the guy be in the UK though, man? I don't know. I mean, if it's gonna happen, clearly they're gonna have to send Kell from the Zone to ESPN. So they're gonna have to make that happen here more than likely. You know what I mean? Because they're not gonna send Crawford over to the Zone. I think they'll rather let Kell Brook come on over to ESPN as opposed to Crawford. I mean, look what they did with Amir Khan. Khan came from the Zone over to ESPN, and they did it on pay-per-view. So I don't see them doing no different with Kell Brook. You know what I mean? So, fight fans, I'm going to leave it right there. It's been a great show tonight, man. We've been rolling for a while now, man. So I'm going to leave it right there, man, for now. Come on back soon. We will have another episode of We Talking Boxing this Sunday. We will cover the Tyson Fury fight and all the happenings or how that went down. Any other fights that's on the horizon, we will be covering. Anything that go down this weekend, we will be covering this Sunday. I may even do a late night live stream, maybe Friday night. I'm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Catching y'all off the late night, seeing who riding with me. Do it for my first shifters. You know what I'm saying? All day. And much love to each and every one of y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that slid through here for tonight's show. Man, I really had a good time tonight, man. Shout out to the homies, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Shout out to Lewis Coleman. All day, that's fam right there. Shout out to my homie LeBron James. Next time around, you get a blue suit, fam. You get a blue suit all day. Shout out to Dundada, Owen Bryan. Yes, sir. Everybody that stopped through here tonight. Lion Bar, my main man, Lion Bar. It's time for you to get a blue suit too. I appreciate all of y'all for sliding through here, man. Showing the love tonight, man. You know, share this thing, man. You know, put it everywhere you can, man. And I really appreciate it, man. So to the next one, man. You know, I just want to leave y'all with this one also. I repeat, I'm gonna go back to what I said at the top of this video. Don't cash in your leave. Take a damn vacation. Get off the job. Take a staycation. Close the door. Lock the door. Don't let nobody in and binge and eat Cheetos and do what the fuck you want for about a week and then take your ass back to work. But until then, so the next time we get up on here, much love to each and every one of y'all. Hit the like button for me on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. And yeah, all day. Much love. To the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, MadeMan511. Facebook, MadeMan Boxing Forum. Instagram, MadeMan. And until the next one, I see y'all Sunday or either Friday night. Hit that like button for me. To the next one. Peace out.